Welcome back to Everlasting Summer, possibly episode 18. I don't really keep track of the numbers very well when I'm recording. I should start doing that. Let's get started. I stared into the night sky. The stars, the small lights of distant suns, blinked perkily as if laughing at me. Turned over and buried my face into the sand. Why would you do that? After a moment, I realized that was another one of my bright ideas, about on par with asking for a bedtime story. I stood up, spitting grit, and went to the leader's cabin. Not even gonna wash your face off in, like, the water or something. ... My back itched all the way. Not only my back, but my whole body. No wonder, I haven't had a bath for several days. Well, it's really hot here during the daytime, so you sweat like a pig. Should find some soap and a towel. Oh right, isn't this around the time when we had a bath, right? And we met Elisa outside or something like that. Yeah. I can find everything in Olga's cabin. After a couple of minutes, I was again at the square with my bag of bathing accessories. I should find the bathhouse now. It was easy. The building was just on the edge of the forest. It really is the best place for a bathhouse. I think there was I think there was no Blair Witch inside, but the lights were still on. And whose bright idea is that to have a bath at midnight? Yes, Semyon, I muttered below my breath. There's only one problem. Is it a boy or a girl? In the first case, we could have just bathed together, without any worries. I'm not fond of public baths, but I can cope with them this time. In the second case, I would have to wait or scratch myself the whole night through. Who knows how long I have to wait. I peeped into the window, but couldn't see anything because of the steam. Suddenly, Slavya appeared right before me from a thick fog. Oh, seeing through the window. Okay. Naturally, she was naked, just like anyone else in the bath would be. Dumbstruck, I stared at her. I'm seeing Slavya naked a lot in this route. Jesus Christ. I'd never seen a naked girl so close, even through glass. My organ reacted as it should. Nerve impulses traveled from my eyes down my body. It seemed like I couldn't leave my observation point no matter what, even if a war broke out. But Slavya didn't notice me. She was washing herself leisurely, rinsing her head, rubbing her body with a sponge, and pouring water from the bucket on herself. Then she started to wash her hair. This is the most fitting music ever. I can't imagine how much time she needs to wash it completely, but 5 minutes flew like seconds. That's how immersed I was in the sight. Finally, she finished washing, sighed with satisfaction, and walked to the door. I managed to come to my senses just at the moment she went into the changing room and left to hide in the nearby bushes. The best thing to do was not to tempt fate and leave, but I realized that too late. Russian! I thought everything was translated, even if it was translated roughly. Okay, whatever. I had a dozen excuses in my mind, but she went by without even looking at the bushes I was hiding in. Looks like I'm lucky. I cautiously got out and went to Olga's cabin, completely forgetting my intention to have a bath. I was totally exhausted and wanted to just fall in bed and doze off. Were these flags always here? I'm not sure they were. My eyes couldn't wait and were closing from time to time. It was dangerous even to blink. I still didn't know the camp well enough to walk there with my eyes closed. Suddenly, a wild Slavya appeared before me. Are you going to sleep? Her voice got a lot deeper since we last heard from her. Well, yes. Right this moment, I remembered the sight in the bathhouse and averted my eyes shyly. And you? I'm cleaning up. She took the broom out from behind her back. Slavya, with a broom in the empty square at night, looked like a witch from a children's fairy tale. What? Nothing. Is it really a good idea to clean the square after a bath? Shouldn't have said that. And how do you know that I had a bath? I physically felt the fear taking over my body. A cold sweat started to run down my back. My thoughts froze, so I couldn't think of any excuses. Slavya still stared at me in surprise. It looked like my life depends on this answer. Well, your hair is wet. Oh, you're right. I wanted the earth to swallow me up, so I had vanished from this world just as suddenly and irreversibly as I had vanished from mine. Are you going to have a bath too? She got British! It happens to everybody. Me, well... Slavya looked at the bag in my hands. Yes, I am. So good night. I turned around and darted back towards the bathhouse. Is that from the game? No. That was weird, I was hearing a sound. I think I'm the only one up. Fucking 6 AM, who the hell's up at this time? Whatever. What a disaster. How shameful. I walked slowly, trying to curse myself for all that happened. I shouldn't have peeped in the first place. But if I peep anyway, then I must pay more attention and think of an excuse beforehand. Oh. 1 minute. Well, I figured out the sound that I'm hearing. No, it's not a ghost trying to eat my face off. It's a neighbor whose car and driveway happens to be right by my recording room. And they're like scraping off snow from their car. Didn't take much time to wash myself. What was the O for? It looked like the night made its own ball, or possibly a concert. What was the O for? Oh. It's just O. Randomly, whatever. The stars were the lights, the birds and insects were an orchestra, an owl hooting somewhere was its director. That was a good time for an owl. The sound of wind in the trees was the applause of the audience. The night looked much more beautiful when you stand in the forest, clean and fresh. Suddenly I heard a noise in the bushes nearby. I shivered, but didn't get very scared. It may be a squirrel, or another animal. Nevertheless, I should check it out. I went to the bushes, but didn't find anything or anyone suspicious. Just seemed... With a clean body and a calm spirit, I went to the leader's cabin. I wonder if that's Yulia. Or Yulia. I don't know. Could be both. Olga was already asleep. I went to bed without taking my clothes off and covered myself with a blanket. I couldn't fall asleep for a long time, remembering naked Slavya, whose image could not be eclipsed by thoughts about finding answers. Semyon, you hound dog. I was going to say, it should say day 4. Day 4. Alright. I woke up with a hellish ringing inside my head. Come on, game, we've already seen this. The ringing seemed to be coming from the depths of my consciousness. It's your alarm clock. But after I came to my senses, I realized the cause of this ringing is my alarm clock. I know, why can't I skip this? There we go. Nope. Give me that. You're skipping like 1. Yes, we've read this. Don't make this happen again. This, seriously. I had to, like, message the developer or something, because that was nice, but it broke. Nothing in my head. Finally, I need to wake up completely and wash myself. I met Xenia. Yes. Did you up so early? Nothing, just... Yes. We've seen all of this. I am aware. Cold water prayed me heaven. The fog in my head disappeared. My thoughts started to arrange themselves. Haven't we seen this? Curiously, I started to worry about finding a good place in the canteen more than about finding answers. I brushed my teeth and was going to leave when a quiet sound wafted past my ears. Probably a squirrel or some other animal. I heard another sound, this time a bit farther. I walked 10 meters along the path, searching for the source. Nobody, just the morning forest. I returned to the washstands and saw Miku. I remember this! Scattered your tooth powder. Yes, yes, yes. And then my tooth powder's gone. Mm-hmm. Someone or something stole it. Let me skip these. Grr. I was gonna say, if I message developer, I'm not sure if he'd understand me speaking English, but he writes the updates in Steam in English, so I'd assume he knows English. Is it just me, or does this poster and this poster both have bags on their heads, or foreheads even? I took it myself and looked at the battery meter. Enough power for a day, maybe even less. Blah blah blah. We've already seen this. Yes, we've already seen this. Why won't you skip properly? Morning, have you seen Olga? I stared at her. Okay, I haven't seen this. Oh, Semyon. I stared at her breasts. They had just mesmerized me too much the day before. Semyon? Slavya was looking at me worryingly, but I still couldn't manage to shift my gaze away from her breasts. Semyon, my eyes are up here. Is something wrong? Why is she British? I'm not trying to make her British. On the contrary, everything's just... Olga? I don't know. She wasn't here when I woke up. I finally managed to control myself. Fine. I still have one thing to do, so see you at breakfast. Slavya smiled, waved at me, and ran away. Still, regardless, the morning was shining and beautiful. The bright sun was shining over the space, and time-displaced Pioneer Camp Slavyanik. I see it spelled so many different ways. This, warming its residents and filling them with energy to spend the day productively. Or in my case, to waste it in futile efforts to find an explanation for everything happening here. There was an unusually large crowd near the canteen. Of course, there was no other place in the camp that pioneers loved as much as the canteen, but why were they all crowding on the porch? I came closer to find out what was going on. I haven't had to make a Slavya route decision in a long time. It looked like all the camp had gathered at the porch. There were all the familiar girls, Olga and Electronic. They were having a lively discussion. I drew closer. Semyon. Have you seen Shirk today? Why is she British? Nope, what's the matter? We haven't been able to find him since early morning. Disappearing pioneers, well, that's something new. No, we've already been through this! But he was with you yesterday. I give up. She's gonna be like British if I can't control the accent. I don't know why she has to be British, but she's gonna be. He wasn't with me yesterday, though. She was talking to Electronic. Yes, he was. So you woke up this morning, and he wasn't anywhere to be found? I can't do it anymore. No. Why didn't you come to me immediately? Immediately? Well, I thought he got up earlier and went to wash up or something. Did he mention anything yesterday? Interjected Slavya. For example, skip. No, not that. Skip this. It skips like 3 lines. Wait. Yeah, I know. We've already seen these. Boop. Hey, I skipped a bit more this time. Proceeded into the canteen. Yet again, I had no choice where to fit in. The only free place was at the table with Elisa and Ilyana. Take a seat. Am I sure that I haven't actually read this? I said it to take a seat as Elisa. I feel fail. I sat down. Can I click on these and go back to them? Oh, cool. Skip. Yes. You've seen this, that's why it's giving me the option to skip. This made the first part go by so fast. I must have overused it and broke it all. What's the I do? I need that. Okay, thank you. What's this do? The pause menu. Which I can get by hitting escape. What's the star do? Nothing. It's just there to tell me that this card is over. We've seen this. We've seen this. Wait. I'm not sure if Elise was here last time, was she? No, she had to have been. If I'm able to skip this. I shouldn't go with you after all? Why is that? I know this isn't. This is new. Yes, because last time we went to the beach with them. Why is it letting me skip this? At least we're left alone. You know, I guess I shouldn't go with you after all. Why is that? Well, I've got something to do. What exactly would that be? Slavya. I mean... She looked in my eyes and I couldn't even find an appropriate excuse. Oh no, I already have seen this, that's why. Okay. I'm guessing we are actually going to the beach. I'm just skipping. Indeed, Elisa was back in a couple minutes, and I can skip this, so... You could hardly call them trunks. They look like pink boxers decorated with butterflies and flowers. Actually, they were boxers. Yes, read this. I remember it. No bets. Ski? Why can't the skip thing work? You know what? In about 3 minutes, just so I can do easier time management, I'm gonna see if I can find a way to fix this. We have read the skippity skip. Hear anything about Shrek? Yes, I know. Read this. Hey, it skipped a chunk. I should just do it now. 1 minute, I'm gonna look and see if I can figure this out. I can't find anything. So, oh well. Right, I've forgotten them. Blah 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 blah. Skippity skip. Skip. How's that? I see you found something better. Yes. This text isn't any different because it's letting me skip. Wait. Nope. Yeah, I remember this. I'm sorry this isn't very interesting now, but it won't let me skip properly. If it would let me skip properly and get to the real dialogue, then we'd be having a better time. After this, after I'm done recording, I'll see about contacting the... This makes sense to me now. This makes sense to me. Not her butt. Butts don't need to make sense. This makes sense to me, though. The... What do they call it? The crayfish. As, of course, it was described to me. Explained to me, I mean. Skip. Skip. Set it free. Whoa! That skipped a lot. I like how she comes here, dresses up in an entire bikini just to say, hey, go back to work, and then leaves. It's a rigged game, I know what's gonna happen. Then she gets mad, and then I go to the thing. I'm gonna choose to go to the forest this time, because I know he went through the forest to get to the thing, so... Yeah. Now we see dialogue we haven't seen before, so I will read. It was obvious that Olga and her pioneers have already searched every nook and cranny of the camp. Roam the length and breadth of it. That's not a word. So, probably it's not worth looking for Shrek in the canteen or on the beach. Or in the Cybernetics Club. It was his second home. Or maybe even his first. Thus, it might be worth looking around the surrounding forest. I didn't plan to go far into the forest, otherwise it might be me who they'll be searching for tomorrow. I didn't really visit the countryside often. I just stayed in a country house every summer during my childhood. But that one was very close to the city. Honestly, I'd take the, what do they call it, Runglish? Like Russian English, bad translations, and be able to skip. Then to not be able to skip and have great English. Like this is actually, I see it in almost every single sentence it's better, but we need to have the skip option work. But in this camp, it was possible to find everything I hadn't seen for so long. Overwhelming vegetation, singing birds, and fresh air. I found a meadow and sat on a stump. How peaceful this place is. But where in the world is Shurik? Actually, he could have been taken against his will. This camp is far from normal, so pioneer disappearances should not be all that strange. An intriguing possibility. Could it be the work of whichever force sent me here, or is it just some separate local entity's doing? Lost in my own thoughts, I didn't notice how the grass before me started moving. I looked closely and saw a squirrel. It approached me carefully and stared at my hands. Probably used to getting fed here. Sorry, friend, I don't have anything with me. Of course, the squirrel could not understand me, and continued to just sit there, waiting for treats. I felt sorry for it because I didn't have even a crumb of bread in my pocket. I realized that I'm even ashamed to look it in the eyes and decided to move on. Wow, you really searched out the forest? After some wandering, I came to the washstands. Turns out that he is not in the forest either. But he is! You'd find a shoe there. At least not in the surrounding area. Going farther is just frightening. Yet you do that at midnight anyways. I walked to the washstands, took off my shirt, and tried to wipe myself down because I was all sweaty. However, it wasn't so easy. I won't be able to get into the wash bowl and sit there. I won't be able to get into the wash bowl, and there isn't even a ladle. Suddenly I heard footsteps from behind. I turned around. Electronic was walking in my direction. Looking for Shurik? Yes. You too? Me too. Listen, you know I'm better. Where could he have gone? I don't have a clue. He answered sadly. Well, I just don't understand why everyone has made such a fuss. During the night, wasn't he in the cabin with you? Then he can't have been gone for too long. Maybe he went for a walk. You don't know Shurik, said Electronic excitedly. He is fanatically dedicated to his work. His life consists of robotics and cybernetics. People like him are 1 in a million. No, in a billion. His talent is boundless. I look up to him. He is a man of steel. Okay. No, simply triumphant. At that moment he looked like Hitler, making a speech in front of a crowd of thousands. Even his gestures matched. Okay. So what? So what? You don't understand, do you? No. He spends all of it, you see, all of his free time in our club. All! So disappearing just like that is unusual for him. Of course. Seems like Electronic calmed down. Okay. He looked at me intently. Are you going to wash? Not really. Just rinse off a little. It is hot. Me too. He looked around a bit. Almost said a bit. Wish there was a bucket or a ladle. Something to get more water with. Yeah, I noticed already. Then let's do this. He walked behind washstands and pulled on one of the taps. To my surprise, its end turned up, and rather than pouring into the wash bowl, the water splashed up almost 90 degrees. You can manage to wash yourself that way. Chicka-bow. This is happening now, is it? Meanwhile, Electronic took off his shirt and then squatted, so it seemed like he could pull down his shorts. I couldn't really tell because the washstands he was behind concealed him up to his waist. Oh my god. He directed the stream towards himself and started to sing something quietly. Let's clean my chimney, chimney sweep. I stood astonished, not knowing what to do. He seemed to notice it. I'll wash myself and then let you use it. Gosh, I got such a massive chill. Well, you know, just remember that I've got something to do. Gotta go. Out of all the eccentricities of electronic, the moment I just saw was the weirdest one. Hey, what's up with you? A cold shower on such a hot day is like the best thing ever. No. That won't do. And anyway, I have to go. I put on my shirt quickly and ran back into the forest. I wonder what's got into him. Does it actually tell me where I should possibly go? No. The next choice that I have to choose is run away. Whenever the hell that happens. I now know that that's back to my cabin, because the person with the... Oh, it's like the bag on the face. That should teach me everything that I need to know. You know, I've never actually studied this properly. WC. What's WC? Wash club? That's the only thing I can think is washrooms. WC. Because they're everywhere, right? I'm guessing this is where we saw Slavya. That's the stage thing. Let's try going to the bus stop. We didn't go there. The bus stop seemed to be a fine choice. A strange thought came across me. Perhaps Shirk is in the same situation as me, and so he decided to run away from this camp. Maybe by the 410 bus. I like that it doesn't say 410th now. I think that's from the update. It could really turn out to be true if he came here by accident, too. Although the chances of that are quite slim. But you never know. What if the bus really would really come? However, I could hardly believe in that. Indeed, I spent a couple of minutes waiting at the bus stop, made sure that there were no signs of Shirk or anyone else here, and headed back to the camp. Somebody rushed out from behind the gates and bumped into me. The impact wasn't strong, so I just staggered. Dun dun dun! Does she not look like the dramatic look gopher? Search that up, man. Miku stood in front of me and rubbed her bruised forehead. Oh, sorry. It's alright, it's my fault. I was going to the music club, but got lost in thought about a new song. You know, thinking up the lyrics and music. I hadn't realized how I got here. So you... I thought that was me. So you don't have to apologize. Her words per minute rate obviously exceeded the recognition limits of my brain. I made an attempt to retreat promptly. Sure, gotta go, you know. Oh, wait. I wanted to leave, as usual, without having to listen to her, but Miku grabbed my hand. Her grasp gave me the creeps as I got a clear vision of an agonizing execution by another rap session. Another rap session? Can you help me a little, please? Just a teensy-weensy bit. That definitely wasn't on my to-do list today. It'd be on mine, I can't deny that. Well, I'd be glad to, but it's... Pretty please. Miku looked at me with such puppy dog eyes that my heart started to melt. She totally wasn't going to let go of my hand. And what help exactly do you need? You'll accompany me. I can't manage to compose on my own. I can sing or play. I can't do both at the same time. To be fair, it's actually kind of difficult to play an instrument and sing at the same time. Even our virtuoso has her weakness. Is this one of the things from her route? There's very little things for her route, but whatever. Well, you know, I can't really play any instrument. Never mind that. I'll show you everything. Come on, let's go. Oh, this is one of the things. It is for her route, but I'm not going for her route right now. This is like the fourth thing into her route. I'm gonna go with her just because I like talking to Miku. I like Miku. Even though I'm going for Slavya's route. Obviously, this is one thing in Miku's favor, so whatever. On the other hand, I'm not losing anything. However, she dragged me along with her eyes closed. Probably nothing good will come out of this, but the only way to get her off me is to wrestle my hand out of hers. We'll have to see what happens with Miku in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.